Welcome to day 23 of Video a Day February, known as Debuary, because we get down over here talking about all different kinds of things concerning male-female relationships and political things that influence male-female relationships, marriage, dating, all that kind of stuff are things that are addressed on this channel. So, what we're doing today is we're going to talk about baby mama drama. Now, this all came about a week or so ago. A young lady posted a question saying, what should you do? How should you handle dating a man with multiple dating baby mamas? And I was looking at the screen like, where they do that at? But, I had to consider the fact that in our current society, the majority of children are being raised up in a single parent home environment, whether that is through death, through what do you call it, divorce, or whether the parents were never married, or whether that parent has assumed responsibility for children, like a foster parent or something like that, adopted a child. There's all kinds of ways that people end up in situations where they're raising a child by themselves. But that's beside the point for this video. This video focuses on dating someone who is in that situation and the peripheral parent and their influence on your relationship. So that's where I'm kind of put some boundaries around it, because otherwise this could be a like 87 videos, 87 different clip video. So the first one of these letters, because I have, I think, 3, maybe 4 letters that came in on this subject right after I told that girl, she's like, what's the issue with dating a baby daddy? And I just was like, she wanted me to do an advice video about it, and I said, oh, I'm not doing that on a whole one, because this is a 3-word response. Don't do it. The end. But like I said, I thought about statistics and how it's impacting, especially the African American community. And this is a reality that a lot of people are going to face. So I decided to go ahead and make a video about it. Slightly different, coming at it from a slightly different angle though than what she asked. So I want to talk about these baby mamas. So the first letter number 1, she says, I'm currently in a relationship with a guy who's broken up with his baby's mother. Now, what she did not say was how long ago that breakup happened, and that would have been important information for me to have. She is constantly sending texts to him about the child and her personal business. He said he told her it's over and the only time she should call him is about the kid, but she keeps calling and texting anyway. She even visits his house when he's not there and stays over with his sister, saying it's too late for her to go home. What should I do? Well, I would do this. I would tell him that was unacceptable behavior, and that he needs to send some kind of message to her that he will not be accepting her calls and he will not be responding to her texts, and if it's an emergency then she needs to call him, but other than that she doesn't need to call him about anything. And she goes over to the house when he's not there and stays with the sister. Well, the sister needs to be on the same page with her brother. She cannot stay here. She's not my woman anymore. When it gets about 8 o'clock, send her on her way. Don't let her stay here and use that excuse. And if she won't leave, then call the police to make her leave. He's gonna have to be like kind of hardcore about it, because she's gonna keep playing this game and feeling like she has control over everybody, like she's a ringmaster or something, until he and his sister and whoever else lives at that house put their foot down and tell her that she can come over when they invite her, and that she will be leaving at a decent hour to get the kid home and to bed. So they can phrase it that way, but this behavior that she has right here that she's doing should not be happening. And this is the common thing that you'll see as we roll through these letters, is the lack of boundaries and the lack of structure for how these two people are going to parent their child or children while each is in a different relationship. They have to talk about that. There has to be some agreement there, and then they both need to stick to that agreement. None of this back and forth and bending rules stuff. And it confuses not only the baby mama, it confuses you and it confuses the children. So these men, they really need to step up and handle this stuff and really, get everything straight so that this problem can be avoided. This is unacceptable behavior. So we'll talk about the next question soon as I find it. Okay, let's move on to question number 2 now. This young lady says that her boyfriend is reluctant to establish boundaries and limits with his baby mama. Just the same problem. That seems to be the overwhelming theme. My boyfriend's 31, I'm 21. We've been going out for about 18 months. He wants to get married, but I still go to school and depend on and live with my parents, although I work too. I stay over at his house 3 days a week. I love him honestly, but sometimes I believe he needs to set some standards and boundaries. One day I was at his house and she came to drop off the kids, but didn't know I was there and asked my man if she could come in. He said no because I was here. She got pissed and left with the kids. Later on I asked him if I weren't there would he have let her in, and he said yes. She is able to see our relationship from his cell due to the fact that the child sometimes takes his father's cell to her house because he wants to play with it and she sees my messages. He says he doesn't care if she does because he has nothing to hide. I wouldn't ask him to erase mine, that's totally up to him, but I felt kind of exposed. Where do you draw the line between you and your baby mama? Okay, so what you have, young lady, is a man who likes to keep a bunch of shit stirred up and enjoys the fact that there's two women having conflict and he's at the center of it. He's yanking both of you around like a yo-yo. And he's getting the pleasure of seeing her upset about you and you upset about her. So he's in the middle, just getting all these ego boosts, having women essentially fighting over him. And you know, he's getting off on it. Let me just put it that way. Now, for a grown man who might need his phone for business purposes, for his parents to contact him or his other family, for you to contact him in case of an emergency, for him to give his phone to his child is a very clear message that all these people I just mentioned, it don't mean shit to him. This would be all he has to do is get the kid one of them little kitty phones they have, and it actually has a service and it has a picture where like if you press it, it has like a face of your parent. So if you press the daddy picture, it'll ring daddy's phone. You press the mommy picture, it'll ring mommy's phone. You press the like a police officer's phone, that calls 911. And but I don't know if they still have them, but they used to have those phones like that some years ago. And I thought it was perfect for little kids to have, in case of an emergency. Now they also have junk phones that you can buy like on eBay or something. Some of them work, some of them don't, but you can give your kids something like that to play with if he wants to play with a phone. You do not give them your phone that has communications with them and contact information for your girlfriend, her friends, your family, and all the stuff like that. That makes absolutely zero sense to me. So my thing is, I'm looking at this guy and how he's handling this relationship. He doesn't want to set any boundaries and limits with this woman for whatever reason he has. For what does that mean for you? It means that you're in a relationship where you're not going to get the kind of relationship that you want with the solid commitment and focus and energy of your man giving it all to you. It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. And that's one of the dangers with dating a single parent, a single parent, the kind of baby daddy situation is, you don't really understand the ties that he may have to the mother of his children. He may not even understand it, but that's when a lot of these conflicts come out, when one or both of the people think, trying to move on, then the other one realizes how they really feel, and then all hell breaks loose. So in this situation for you, I would tell him, either you stop doing this thing with this phone and you set some boundaries to this heifer, coming in the house and all this little stuff, because it's infringing on our ability to establish and maintain our relationship. If that's not something that you want to do, then I'm out and deuces. That's what you need to do. Because otherwise this is going to continue. He has no motivation to stop doing it because he's got you and he's got her on the string too. And his kids. So there's no reason for him to stop acting a fool like he's doing. And if you keep wishing and hoping that he does, you're going to be just wasting your life. And in the final letter for today, This woman is having a slightly different issue. She says his baby mama doesn't want me to come when he drops off the kids because she doesn't like me. My boyfriend and I have been together for going on for 4 years. We have a 2-month-old baby, and he has 2 children with his ex. Every time he has to pick up or drop off his children, he doesn't want me to go because the baby mama allegedly doesn't like me. She has a man, and she knows we are together. We have seen each other and spoken to each other in the past, so I don't understand why he has to hide me to please her. I am his woman, not her. He should not be going out of his way to please her. I'm left alone for hours with my newborn baby every time because she always has to have something to discuss with him. My relationship is getting exhausting. Now she is using the children to see him every night. He can collect them every day and bring them back in the night despite the fact that he has an allotted weekend from a judge. She is trying to destroy my relationship and he is allowing her to do it. What are your views? Well, my view is too bad that he didn't start acting like this when you were pregnant, so you could have got an abortion and went on with your life. Now you have to be bothered and be part of all this fuckery. And this is just ridiculous. This dude is playing so many games. What does he have to talk about with that heifer? He's in there screwing. Come on now. You know this. There's no way that this is happening. And on this channel, I have a video that was done last year doing the manipulative things that black men do to make black women jump through hoops series. It's like 25 videos where I went down like game by game or some of the stuff that these brothers games they be running. And in this case, he's doing the game where they tell you that somebody doesn't like you, that somebody said something negative about you, and get you all on guard and off center and everything, feeling some kind of way about some stuff that he made up to keep you two apart. That's all that is. He thinks he's so super slick. If you know where that woman lives, you need to go over there and say, "Oh, I thought the kids would like to see their baby sister, brother, whatever kind of baby you had." And sit with her and say, I thought we could talk and figure out a good way to co-parent the kids and have them all learn to respect and love each other and this and that because they are related. Be the person who tries to get this ball rolling and shut his shit down. I mean, that's if you want to do that. Personally, my patience for this kind of stuff is so low that the first or second time he did it, he would have came back and the house would have been empty. I wouldn't have been there. And I'd have left his fucking baby there too. You like to, have your kids and squirm around so much, to do it with this one. And walk the fuck out the door. But that's me. Most women are like, but that's my baby. And I'm like, it's his too. Let his ass take care of it for a week or two. He'll be all right. And I don't know, this kind of stuff. But anyway, these are some of the reasons why women don't want to date single, the baby daddy types like this. And I'm gonna go over a few more after I pull up my document. I'll be right back.